What's up, nerds? So I watched Loki episode 4 of season 2, and I've got my thoughts, you guys. I'm gonna go through this and tell you my thoughts. But I didn't watch anybody else's reviews because I like to do my own reviews before I watch other people's things. I don't want it to sway my opinion. And I what I saw from people's thumbnails were a lot of shocker or shocking episode. And I'll just tell you right now, there were a couple shocking things in here. But for the most part, out of season 2, this was my least favorite episode. I have to be honest with you. Man, I was so unsatisfied with this episode. I just have to tell you that. But I'll get into that with my breakdown. I'll give you my thoughts during and after with my review. So let's get into episode 4 of season 2. Miss Minutes reveals that Renslayer was once he who remains his partner and commander of his army before he who remains ordered her memories erased along with everyone else's. So this was the big reveal that he wiped her memory and that she was his general and shit. And I'm all like, who cares? Like that was a big reveal. That wasn't a big reveal. You're going to be so mad. I'm mad that this was the reveal. I think it would have been better if I said, like last week, that Renslayer was a remnant, or not a remnant, a copy of another version of he who must not be named, or whatever the fuck his name is. I just think that it would have been better if she was a different version of Kang. You know what I'm saying? This was so like a nothing burger. And I literally don't give a shit about it. Like, and Renslayer's such a crappy character anyways, that I'm just like, whatever, fine. Just please, let's hurry things along. As the temporal loom reaches catastrophic failure, Loki and his allies attempt to use Timely and OB's throughput multiplier to fix it. Again, like, okay, so then Timely reveals that little ball. I saw some people that said that little ball from episode 3 was the big sphere thing that Kang had in Ant-Man 3. And I thought that was actually, I was like, you know what, that's actually a good idea, you know? But of course, Marvel can't keep making good ideas because they're dumb. But that was just to fix the temporal loom. That little ball was, you put it in that little thing and then they shoot it up into the temporal loom. And I was like, oh, wah, wah, wah. I was like, nah, again, and everything. So not good. I was like, this is ridiculous, but whatever. But Renslayer, Miss Minutes, and Wolf attempt to thwart them to take the TVA for themselves, kidnapping Timely, pruning D90, and killing Dox and her men when they refuse to join them. So Renslayer taking over the TVA, nothing special about that. But I did think that, like, well, them kidnapping Timely, and then I don't know what his fixation was with the hot cocoa. Maybe I missed that in episode 3, like his hot cocoa fetish, but I was like, okay. And then when they pruned D90, I was like, oh, that's a bummer because that guy seemed like a good guy and everything, but you know, ipso facto. And then, but when Renslayer and Miss Minutes killed Dox and her men, I did think that was a good scene. Like that one was a shocker scene in my opinion, because they didn't show it, but I wanted them to, because I was like, that is so, because you saw her and then she made the box that she had put that wolf guy in, 15 in earlier, that Loki had. And then the look on Miss Minutes' face, like she was enjoying every minute of it. What a psycho. Am I right, guys? What a freaking weirdo. And then just like their screams, but the music like almost overpowering their screams. That was a good scene. I will admit that was a good scene. Like I was like, I was like, why can't they do more shit like this, but not like this? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like whatever. In the midst of the conflict, Loki encounters his time-slipping self and prunes him. Again, and we get this big reveal that Loki pruned himself in episode 1, and I'm all like, okay. I mean, like, who didn't get, like, I'm sorry, it would have just been way better if they had just maybe thought about a better way and who pruned Loki. But I mean, I was just like, you know what? It's fine because I just don't care. I just don't care, you know? OB deactivates Miss Minutes and the dampeners, preventing Sylvie from using her magic, enabling Sylvie to enchant Wolf, who prunes Renslayer. So I did like how Miss Minutes was like degrading back into her original form, where she was just like, "Ha, Miss Minutes, it's 12 o'clock," and everything. I thought that was interesting. I did think that it was kind of cool ish when he was like, when I turn off the dampeners, it will people will be able to use magic inside that TVA. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So then they're all like, do it and everything. And then she used her little mind powers, you know, that she's used before. Which I have to just say one more time, when it comes to Sylvie, I hate this character. I absolutely hate this character. This is such a crappy character. She's whiny. She's insufferable. She's so obnoxious and annoying. I cannot stand her in any way, shape, or form. I hate her in this show. I hate her in the Marvel Universe. I want her to go away. I am happy, however, that they got rid of also Renslayer, because I am not interested in this Renslayer character at all. I think that she's just so like, you know, like just not interesting in any way, shape, or wasn't interesting the first season, not interesting this season, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I just don't care. But of course, they have to portray her. She's the one that won the war for He Who Remains. It was all her. This strong, powerful woman. You know, not the man. The man didn't do shit. You know, it's so stupid. Timely is able to unlock the temporal loom, but the temporal radiation disintegrates him before Timely can launch the throughput multiplier. I did think it was, I'm not going to lie, when Timely walked out, which by the way, Jonathan Majors, I have not liked his performance as Kang in any iteration. I do not think he's doing a good job as Kang. I think Kang is a horrible villain to do for the Marvel Universe. They should have went with somebody much more practical, in my opinion, like Doctor Doom, you know, but what do I know about these things? But one thing was Timely with his stada, he decides he's going to be the one to walk out on the bridge like Mobius did in episode 1, and he's going to launch his little probe into the loom. But the radiation, the loom radiation is gone up, you know? And as soon as he walks out, he disintegrates into what like spaghetti, kind of like Mr. Fantastic did in Mom in Doctor Strange 2. But the thing was, as soon as that happened, he was like, I laughed. Like, I was like, I was like, fuck you, Timely. I was just like, this is so ridiculous. I was like, I mean, that is, you know, congruent with real life, like, you know, he might not survive, you know, that kind of thing. But I literally, as soon as he was just like, he walked out and then he was like, I was like, yeah, fuck you, Timely, you little bitch. Yeah, suck it. So yeah, that was that, and he's gone now. So I'm like, okay, well, that gets rid of the theory that he's gonna be He Who Remains, you know, although he is a version of that anyways. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. The temporal loom explodes and everyone is engulfed in the blast wave as it spreads throughout the TVA. And that was the end of the episode, you guys. Are they all dead? Is the timelines, you know, just whatever, and there's no TVA and everybody's going to go back to their times, you know, their lives and everything? Who knows? But let's be honest, who cares? I don't care. I don't think you should care. This show is so like, it's so convoluted. Like, we don't know what they're trying to do. I don't think they know what they're trying to do. It's just so weird. And like, there's like how did Miss Minutes and Renslayer get back to the TVA and everything from being at the end of time? You know, I have more questions now, but like, I don't think they're going to answer them. Like Ramona, they get pruned. Her and D90, they both got pruned. But we all know that when you get pruned, you just go to the end of the earth where that big smoke monster eats you eventually. So I'm just like, what are we doing here? You know, I'm like, are we just pruning people to bring them back? And then I just go, then nobody's dead. Except for Docs and her people. They're for sure dead. They got squished to oblivion. You know what I'm saying? But the show is just not good, you know. And like I said, this was my least favorite episode of the season. Like, sure, we got a little bit of like, that's my whole thing. I think that this show does not do an adequate job of character development and action. And that's, I think, what you need, that balance in a TV show. And I think that this show does a horrible job of that. Like, season 1 was all like trying to be character development, but the action was like not there. And when it was there, it wasn't that great and everything. And this season, I feel like it's just coming to that point also. It's just not very good. Like, if there is character development, it's just so much character development that you don't have time for action. And when you do have action, it's like very small. And that's my thing. I just, it's just not good. Although the acting, I do think Tom Hiddleston, I wanted positives. Tom Hiddleston, Luke Wilson, or Owen Wilson, doing a good job acting wise. Those two, love them. The actress, I don't have a problem with the actress that's playing Sylvie. I just hate Sylvie so much as a character that I can't get behind anything. So I'd have nothing against that actress, but man, Sylvie is such a fucking asshole character. I do not like Sylvie as a character. I hate her. I want her to die in this season. I just don't want her to go on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I never want to see this character again. But we will. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. But that's my thoughts on this episode, you guys. It was boring, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. It was bad. It was bad. So let me see how you guys think of this. I'm pretty sure you guys are freaking out over me not liking this episode and saying it's the worst, but it just is. It just is. But tell me what you guys thought about this. Do you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite part? Did you laugh at Timely when he died like I did? Or are you like, a human being with feelings and stuff? But tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week on my Loki breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. Bye.